Hello! Welcome to my channel. I'm All Things Wrestling, and today I'm going to be giving my review on WWE Smackdown Live, 13th of November 2018. We kick off the show by showing what happened at the end of Monday Night Raw, where Becky attacked Ronda, and then all the Smackdown women invaded, taking out the Raw women. It was then mentioned that Becky is not cleared to wrestle on Sunday due to a broken nose/face and a concussion thanks to Nia Jax's forearm. We then saw the forearm. It's not looking good for Nia, I'm going to be honest. First she injures Zelina Vega by giving her a concussion, launching her at Tamina, and then she does this to Becky Lynch. It's making me think she's not that safe of a worker. The lot of the wrestling community is agreeing with me on that point. But I will just have to wait and see. But if she's going to keep doing this, you're going to just have to drop her. You can't have unsafe workers. But it's a point to be discussed at a further point, not in a SmackDown review. But yeah, then we have AJ Styles make his way to the ring. He mentions for a second year in a row he's stepping into the ring with Brock Lesnar. He's defended the championship against the best WWE has to offer. He's done it on television shows, house shows. He's faced dream opponents who've taken him to his limit, nightmare opponents. It's Mojo there. He's defeated all of them except Brock Lesnar. He has a second chance. Most don't survive to a second chance, but he will. Paul Heyman then interrupts. He introduces himself and mentions Brock Lesnar. He said he had to discuss about Sunday. He says, when you think of great performers, you think of Ricky Steamboat, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, and you, AJ Styles. This close to being as good as number one, Daniel Bryan. We all know that they're never going to see Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan, and he does not want to insinuate AJ as a consolation prize, but he wants to mention how it will be an honour for him to have the best seat in the building on Sunday when Brock steps into the ring with the second greatest performer in WWE history. Damn, Paul. AJ knows she's trying to get under his skin. He says he didn't just beat Daniel Bryan, he made him tap out. He then mentions he's going to beat Brock Lesnar. It will all be about AJ Styles on Sunday. Daniel then makes his way to the ring and just says, "Stop saying my name. If you say my name one more time, I'm going to punch you in the face." AJ just mentions his name and Daniel just wails on him. And then you get referees, agents, Shane McMahon, all of them flooding into the ring to separate them. We then, the same kind of segment, Daniel and Shane are arguing in the office while Paige watches. AJ enters and then officials have to hold him back. And then Shane says, if you want a match, you two can fight for the title tonight. So AJ kind of put this on himself. He does mention in the promo that he would beat him tonight for the title. AJ asks for a match. So, yes, that's the first segment. Daniel and AJ fighting, and then Daniel getting a title match tonight. It was a really solid opener. I liked the Paul Heyman stirring the pot a little bit. It was a good little brawl. Overall, I'd say it's a good solid 8 out of 10 segment. I have been asked by Anton, who is my Patreon supporter and also supports me on YouTube via channel membership, asked me to kind of give them ratings and that, and give them a bit more detail. So there you go, Anton. I have done that for you, my friend. We are then told that Shane and Paige has brought extra security after what happened last night. Fair point. Not really much to say there. We then have an opening match between Andrea and Almas with Zelina Vega this week. She's now been cleared to compete again versus Jeff Hardy. It was a pretty decent match. Almas sets up for a DDT. Hardy escapes, hits Twist of Fate, goes on the top for the Swanton Bomb, and then hits it for a 3 count. Solid, decent match. I'd have to give it a solid 3 out of 10. Sorry, 3 out of 5. I'm going to do matches out of 5 and segments out of 10. But yeah, it was a solid, decent match. And then you see Paige and Miz in the locker room watching on a monitor. Miz asks Paige to clarify that Daniel Bryan is not on the team for SmackDown, and she confirms it. He said, "This is a great day since Marine 6 is now on Blu-ray," and then suggests that she gets one for her whole family. which I found quite funny. Then Miz mentions that his last member on Team SmackDown is now Jeff Hardy. Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio in the locker room. Miz says that Rey Mysterio is off the team since he was Daniel's pick. He says he needs the stench of Daniel Bryan off the team, and he wonders if he's smelling coconut oil. Paige says if Miz wants Rey off, he'll have to beat him in a match. And then Paige says that match is next. Again, a decent, nice enough segment. I liked the Miz heel work there. Joe just looked menacing. That was a solid 6 out of 10 segment. We then have Shinsuke Nakamura in the interview area. He's asked how he'll beat Seth Rollins. He said last night Seth is not thinking about him and Seth broke his heart. Seth, all his thoughts is about Seth. Seth is not thinking of him and his broken heart. As Survivor Series, he'll break Seth's face. Right, segment, kind of, I don't know if he was meant to say Dean where he said Seth, and Seth broke his heart. Surely Dean should have broke his heart. I don't know. And either way, 2 out of 10 segment. That one kind of fell flat. We then have a decent match between The Miz and Rey Mysterio. Rey sends Miz into the ropes. Miz gets caught on the ropes for a 619. Miz gets his knees up. Rey goes for a splash. Miz gets a near fall with a roll up, and then Rey manages to get a crucifix pinfall for a 3 count. That was a solid 3 out of 10 match, 3 out of 5 match again. After the match, Randy Orton tried to clothesline Rey. Orton bumps into Miz, hits an RKO. Rey gets out of the ring. That was quite entertaining, I'm not going to lie. I did enjoy that a little bit. You know what? Because that little extra bit, I'll give it 3.5 out of 5 for the match. We then go to Paige in the ring asking for all the women to make their way down. She introduces all the SmackDown women. She also mentions that Becky cannot compete due to the concussion. Becky makes her way to the ring. She says she's angry as hell right now because she took a good beat last night and it's never stopped her before. Unfortunately, the medical team will not clear her to fight on Sunday. She's been knocking on doors to find someone who will let her fight, and she's run out of time. She said she got a taste of blood last night, and when she beat over half the Raw locker room, she had Ronda Rousey screaming last night, and it was just a taste of what she was going to do at Survivor Series. Even with the severe cushion and a broken face, she can still kick Ronda's ass. She's sorry she cannot finish what she started yet. She said, Ronda, you're not the baddest bitch on the planet. You're the luckiest. She'll have to handpick her replacement, someone who should know get the job done. She looks up and down the SmackDown roster before stopping at Charlotte and says, go and beat Ronda the way I was going to beat her. They have a handshake and then a hug, and then Becky leaves. I don't know if that's Becky turning face or just due to the situation. We do have Charlotte in the back saying that for half of her career she's fought against Becky. Last night she fought with Becky. On Sunday she'll fight for Becky. On Sunday she'll beat Ronda Rousey to prove that SmackDown is a superior brand. It was an alright segment. It was kind of just to announce the person. I liked a little bit of Becky and Charlotte. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. We then have The Bar and Big Show versus The New Day. It was a pretty alright match. The ending is what I loved. Cesaro blocks Trouble in Paradise. Show gets tagged in. Kofi comes off the turnbuckle and is met with a big KO punch when he's coming down. I love the finish. Just for the finish, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. The rest of the match was kind of alright. I was going to give it 2.5, but the finish did impress me and I did love the finish. So, yeah, 3 out of 10. We then see all the tag teams for the SmackDown division in the back. The Usos arrive. They just welcome the Clones, Gallows and Anderson and Sanity to the team, which is nice. So there we have our SmackDown teams, which was an alright segment. Eric did say United we purge. A 3 out of 10 segment. It weren't much. Then we go to the main event of the evening, the WWE Championship match between Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. Styles sets up on the apron, goes for a forearm. Daniel moves, bumps into the as Daniel bumps, AJ goes into the referee. Bryan with a knee straight to the groin, running knee for the 3 count. Your winner and new champion, Daniel Bryan. He then kicks AJ Styles when he's down and stomps on his chest again and again. Or after winning the match, Daniel turned heel. Loved it. Loved everything about it. I know why Daniel has become champion, because they don't want AJ Styles to lose to Brock Lesnar again. Maybe you could have just, not booked that match in the first place. But okay, I'm all for a heel Daniel Bryan champion. Let's go with it. The match was solid. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. It was a decent, solid match, especially for a television match. It was really good, and the heel turn just made it much better, because I always love a good heel turn, and the smirk he had on his face was just brilliant. I love heel Daniel Bryan. Don't shave your head, dude. Please don't. I like when you have long hair. But yeah, that is my SmackDown Live review. I do hope this has been a bit more informational, as well as I've given a lot of opinions in this, and I've given ratings. Just let me know if you like the new format or not. I'll adjust according to what you would like to see. But anyway, this has been the review. If you've enjoyed it, please give this video a like. Please support me on Patreon. I'll link in the description below. Subscribe to see more content, and I'll catch you later. Bye.